Nobody likes paying resort fees, and I'm gonna give you a look inside a guest room at 3 of the most popular hotels that never charge one, plus my favorite. One additional strip resort that allows you to opt out of paying their resort fee by booking through a very specific deal. Rooms at Four Queens start at a reasonable $59 per night, and they never charge a resort fee. They even hook guests up with a fun book full of BOGO or 50% off dining coupons for solo travelers at check-in, and that fun book is worth up to $125 in value. Things I've historically enjoyed about the Four Queens experience include inexpensive yet quality dining at Magnolia's Veranda and Chicago Brewing Company, their blue-collar casino that has an elegant vibe, affordable table game minimums, and an abundance of Silver Strike slot games. Guests can even use the pool over at Binion's, which is a differentiated scene. Of course, the resort's primetime location in the middle of Fremont Street is also a win. While I reserved a standard guest room, I was offered a Royal suite at check-in for an additional $60 and I jumped on it. The suite was a bit of a mixed bag though, in my opinion. On one hand, it was spacious, had a nice and massive TV, an empty mini fridge, a coffee machine, and even a microwave. The bathroom was the definition of basic, but had a couple body sprayers in the shower with a lengthy set of instructions that I was too impatient to read. The suite was clean, but it was also in pretty rough shape from a maintenance perspective. A few notable blemishes included a shoe print on the ceiling, a hole in the wall below an outlet, a bedside gouge in the wall, and a closet door that was jammed shut. There were warnings about security on the room door, and the curtain rod was off its hook and just laying on the windowsill. Just a lot of little misses in my opinion. Aesthetically, the room also just didn't do much for me. The color scheme was kind of dreary and the wall art is atrocious. I've now heard a few folks refer to Four Queens as Grandma's house, and I think it fits perfectly. Noise from Fremont Street also needs to be on your radar. My suite overlooked one of the entertainment stages and I could hear it all, although it wasn't so bad that I couldn't fall asleep, and white noise from the TV definitely helped. Light sleepers should take note though, and Four Queens does label quieter rooms that face away from Fremont Street on their website. They just cost a few bucks more. I found my suite at Four Queens to be fine and functional, albeit not all that exciting or inspirational in the looks department. That said, with standard rooms starting at just $59 a night, Four Queens could be a rock solid option for folks that want to be in a great location for cheap. One last note. Four Queens is in the process of renovating their North Tower, the tower closer to Fremont Street, and I cannot wait to get into one of those fresh rooms. Binion's Hotel Apache, the sister property of Four Queens across the street, offers rooms that start at just $45 a night, and they also don't charge a resort fee. Like at Four Queens, guests are given a fun book at check-in good for dining deals and more, redeemable at both properties. Dining-wise, Binion's offers a solid variety of comparatively inexpensive restaurants that I've enjoyed over the years in 2 separate hotel stays, but the best meal I've had is this buffalo chicken sandwich from Whiskey Liquor Up at their rotating bar. The casino floor has a grimy patina, but has a solid selection of old and new slot games and was dealing $5 6-5 blackjack during my stay. The pool is perched atop the Mintz Old Hotel Tower, is open to guests of both Binion's and Four Queens, and boasts a great view. While rooms at Binion's Hotel Apache are far from luxurious and absent of any real bells and whistles, they're differentiated as they're designed to look as they did when the hotel first opened in 1932. Given the hotel's history, rooms are also rumored to be haunted, and Binion's has posted guest-reported paranormal experiences specific to the room you'll be staying in outside of the room door. Creepy and awesome. That decor strategy included an old-timey radio, a rotary phone, historic wall art, and even a stained glass window. Unlike other Vegas hotels, standard rooms at Hotel Apache don't have a TV stand, a mini bar, an empty mini fridge, or even a closet to store the ironing board and luggage rack. They just lean them up against the wall and call it a day. The bathroom is tight, but has a black and white tile floor that works well with the rest of the room's aesthetic. Rooms at Binion's are certainly small, but they're charming, and I appreciate the celebration of the resort's history. Hotel Apache falls short, well short of today's hotel standards amenity-wise, but the history nerd in me has loved my 2 stays, although this isn't the hotel I'd pick to stay at every trip to Vegas. More of a once-in-a-while thing. Moving to the Strip, Casino Royale is situated in a great location and you'll be steps away from a lot. The Best Western at Casino Royale never charges a resort fee, and rooms start in the mid-$90 range. Casino Royale's gaming floor is one of my favorites in town because it has a different look, feel, and vibe than anything else found on the Strip, although the absence of live table games is a bummer. If you have yet to sign up for their loyalty program, do it. They'll instantly refund your first $20 in losses as free play to your player's card. Famously, the casino bar serves 10 different varieties of bottled beer for just $3, and it's cash only. Fortunately, they have the cheapest casino ATM on the Strip at just $3. On the topic of cheap, Casino Royale is home to a collection of inexpensive dining options and is right next door to a McDonald's and a small food court. They also have an adorable, chill pool scene. My standard king room was solid enough at first glance, albeit not all that visually exciting. The room was at ground level and didn't have much of a view, but it had all the standard amenities you'd expect from a budget property and some extras like a coffee maker with complimentary pods above an empty mini fridge, which is nice to have. Conveniently, you can stock that fridge at the Walgreens that steps away. The bathroom was basic, yet functional. It was fine. Upon further inspection, though, aspects of the room were a little bit rough and unpolished. There were several paint scrapes, wall gouges, nasty grout lines, and other uninspiring nooks and crannies, in addition to some scribbled gibberish on the inside of my room's door. Lastly, there was a puddle I noticed when I first checked in. I sopped it up, kind of terrified as to what it could have been. The next morning, I discovered water was coming through my ceiling when my upstairs neighbor was using the shower. Mystery solved. Obviously, that's a fluky one-off occurrence, but it was pretty hilarious. While rooms at Casino Royale start in the mid-$90 range, rates can escalate pretty significantly from there. Opinions obviously vary, but I'd rather book a low to mid-tier room at a Caesars or MGM Resorts property and just pay the resort fee. They're usually similarly priced or cheaper, sometimes a lot cheaper, and in my opinion, they provide a better resort and room experience. TI, located on the north end of the Strip, charges a nightly resort fee of $49.95, but you can opt out of paying it by booking their TV ad special specifically, found on their website, with rates starting at $79 a night. While booking that specific deal will allow you to skip the resort fee, you will lose access to a few resort amenities that normal human beings don't use anyway, like the fitness center, local telephone calls, boarding pass printing, a newspaper at guest services, and up to 10 pages of copy and fax services. One thing that might matter to you is the loss of Wi-Fi, but for most, your cell phone data plan should be sufficient. TI offers a solid assortment of dining options ranging from a food court to Phil's Steakhouse, and you can even get your line dance on at Gillies. My brother Ike recently enjoyed a quesadilla in TI's Golden Circle Sportsbook and Bar and enjoyed it, although he didn't love paying $10 for a bottle of Coors Light. The casino floor at TI ranks among my favorites in Vegas as the pirate theme lives on, and they deal affordable 3-2 blackjack. The aroma at TI is also iconic in my opinion. Mystere was the first Cirque du Soleil show I ever saw in Las Vegas, and it was a great acrobatic display with one weird as hell storyline. TI's base deluxe king room is rock solid for the price, with crown molding above the bed and windows and dark wood furnishings giving it a more upscale vibe. The color scheme and wall art dated the room a bit in my opinion, but the TV was modern, crispy, and the non-strip view was gorgeous. The room had an empty mini fridge as well, a nice perk as you can stock it up with cheap drinks at the CVS that's integrated into the resort. The bathroom was basic with a single sink vanity and a tub shower combo that felt a bit nicer than the price point. While the room was a good value, there were some minor issues like a hairy corner in the bathroom, a gooey blob on the TV, the ceiling drywall had some cracks, and the carpet was fraying along the window. Of all the resort fee free options on the Strip in Fremont Street, this one's my go-to. You're getting a Strip quality room and resort experience at a rate that starts at a reasonable $79 a night. Not bad at all. If the absence of a casino doesn't bother you, there are 2 timeshare properties within walking distance of the Strip that also don't charge a resort fee. The first being Marriott's Grand Chateau, which is steps from the Strip, just south of Planet Hollywood and their value-packed Miracle Mile shops. The second is the Jockey Club, which is wedged between the Cosmopolitan and Bellagio, and while they have their own pool, guests are also able to use the Cosmopolitan's Chelsea pool, which is a nice perk. Look, I get it. I detest resort fees as much as the next guy, but you're better off setting that rage aside and thinking of them as part of the nightly room rate so you can compare your options apples to apples to get the best room and resort experience for your money. It's awesome that options exist that don't charge a resort fee, but most of those hotels land firmly on the budget and no frills end of the spectrum, and that's fine for folks that just want a place to sleep and shower. I get it, I know you exist out there. As for me, I don't mind paying a resort fee for better.